So, here's my weekly 5 games of the SEC women's basketball that you should watch for the coming week. Now, unfortunately, Tennessee's been beaten, but you knew it was going to have to happen because Tennessee's building itself back to what they need to be, and they've got the right coach. You've got an LSU team that is pretty scary. They're number 6 in the nation. Malky has got that team going good. And you've got unranked teams that are pretty dominant too. So let's go over these 5 games so you can decide which one you want to watch coming up.
This is Paul for Redneck Sports. I believe that everybody should win in life, or at least attempt to. The first 3 maxims of General Robert Nealon's game maxims, I believe apply to everybody. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. If at first the game or the breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. Welcome to the channel. Now let's discuss some sports.
Okay, so January 16th, 7 p.m., SECN. You've got Tennessee Lady Volunteers versus Mississippi State Lady Bulldogs. This is going to be a good game. I mean, Tennessee played them pretty close. And I mean, Mississippi State, 13-3. They've been beaten by Kentucky, South Carolina, and neither one of those, let me tell you something, neither one of those is, you don't get embarrassed by saying you got beat by South Carolina or Kentucky. And Georgia Tech is the other team that beat them. I mean, it's not embarrassing losses. Georgia Tech's 13th in the nation. Kentucky's 15th. And South Carolina's number 2. So, yeah, Mississippi State's a good team that's been beat by better teams. So we're going to be able to see where the Lady Balls are in this and where Mississippi State, the Lady Bulldogs, are for the season. Next, we have number 5, Texas 15-1 versus South Carolina 14-1. This is going to be a powerhouse match. This is going to be one of those matchups where you're going to see not just where they stand in the SEC, but nationally. This is important on that scale. South Carolina got beat by UCLA. Texas got beat by Notre Dame. So, number 5 versus number 2. Yeah, this is going to be a scary matchup. Both teams are dominant. Both teams have something to say when they're playing. So, Texas, I don't know if they played how often they played South Carolina before this year, but them being this dominant, we're going to see if they deserve that number 5 ranking. Everybody seems to think so. I think so. So, this is going to be January 12th, 1 p.m. on ESPN. So, really good game with a really important showing. Another South Carolina matchup. It's number 2 South Carolina versus number 18 Alabama. Thursday, January 16th, 7 p.m. SEC Network. Alabama is not a bad team in any stretch of the imagination. They've already beat Florida. They've already beat Mizzou. Um, they lost to Cal, which Okay, it wasn't an embarrassing loss. And Cal's a team that, you expect to make a good showing. They're number 24 in the nation. I think this is going to be another tough one for South Carolina. South Carolina's not quite what they were before, but they are still a strong, dominant team. And Alabama, the Lady Tide are doing some great things. They embarrassed Missouri. Florida was another good game. They've been playing some dominant ball. So we're going to see if they can continue that when you're up against South Carolina's offense, which is scary. And they've got a good defense at South Carolina, too. So this really will be a good matchup for everybody to watch. Another matchup comes just before the game I just said. You've got Bama versus Ole Miss. This is going to be January 12th, 4 p.m. SEC Network. Ole Miss is not ranked. They're 10-4. They lost to Texas A&M as of the recording of this. I don't think Bama's going to have a hard time with them. They lost to or Ole Miss lost to NC State, and as I just said, they just lost to Texas A&M. They also lost to USC, and they lost to UConn. So this is you know, they're losing to teams that are higher ranking. I think that Lady Tide's going to have this game, but it doesn't mean that Ole Miss is not a good team and can't put in the work. So we'll see. I mean, they also beat Ole Miss beat Auburn 85-58. So this is one of those teams that you can expect them to still show up and make it a tough challenge for the Lady Tide. So this is not going to be, an easy game by any stretch. Last game I'm going to suggest you watch, number 6 LSU, 17-0, undefeated. Maulky's got that good team. I've already talked about LSU earlier. They're playing Vandy, who's 14-2. Kentucky's won their losses. This is January 13th, 7 p.m. on SCCN. They lost to Kentucky. Probably not the way they wanted to lose. A little bit of a embarrassment. They lost by 8 to Michigan State. I think that LSU should be able to roll all over them. I honestly believe that LSU is. I'm not sure if they should be ranked below a few of the teams, but them being top 10, yeah, they deserve to be top 10. I think this is going to be one of those. Vanny's going to give them a hard time. But in the end, I think Maulky's Tigers will be able to win this one. I'm not certain just yet, but we'll see. This is, like I said, 13th, 7 p.m. SCCN, so another good game to watch. Now, these 5 games, I think several of them will have national implications. I don't think every one of these teams, like right now, the way that Ole Miss is playing and Mississippi State's playing, I don't think either one of them's going to go to be a national contender. They might go to the NIT, but Vandy right now, depending on how well it goes, they could be a dark horse to make it to the NCAA's. Tennessee right now could make it to the NCAA's. Texas, South Carolina, of course, will. Alabama most likely will. So, I mean, this is a lot of national contention games that are, unless one of these teams just completely collapse, I think this will be some good games to watch just to see it for the March Madness for the ladies basketball. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day and enjoy these. And tell me which games you're excited about.
Thank you for watching this video. I've had some fairly good success with all of my Redneck Sports stuff, and I hope you enjoyed the topic. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that rigmarole, and also just let me know what you want to hear about. I'll give a redneck spin to this stuff. Let me tell you, I love sports, so I love people that want to join me in that. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.